Okay, 2, 3. First one that was asked is 1. On the interval from 2 to 5, that means for the x's, can be written as an inequality. So 2 is the smallest, 5 is the largest. The numbers are between 2 and 5, and since they're parentheses, there's no equal sign. So that's 1. And then 4. Write the point-slope form of a line with a slope of 5. So that's y equals m, which they said is 5, x plus b, and containing the point 3, negative 2. If I put in 3, 5 times 3 is 15, plus b has to be negative 2. So b would be, subtract 15 both sides, b would be negative 17. So the equation in point-slope form would be y equals 5x minus 17. 5. The intercepts of the equation are, so if we make y be 0, so that we can find x-intercepts. If y is 0, I have x0 equals x squared minus 9. Add 9 to both sides, and I get 9 equals x squared. Take the square root, and I get x would have to be 3 or negative 3 when I take the square root. So there's the x-intercepts. To find the y-intercept, I put 0 in for the x and leave the y. So that would wipe this out, and it says y would be minus 9. So when x is 0, y is minus 9. And there's the y-intercept. 2 x-intercepts and 1 y-intercept. And number 6. A function f is something on an open interval I if for any choice of x1 and x2 in the interval, where x with x1 less than x2, so we talked about this in class, if x1 is less, so x1 is on the left side of x2, so somewhere x1 is, let's say it's here, and x2 is bigger, so it's over here, or there, or there, 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 and x1 is just to the left of x2. We have f of x1, that's the y value at x1, is less than, so at x2 it's higher. So to do that, for all possible x1 and x2s, where x1's on one side and x2 is on the right side, the graph must be increasing. That's what they wanted you to write for 6. And for 7, now they're doing something, let's see here. So they say, on function f is one of which f of negative x is the same as f of x. You put in a negative number and a positive number, or a positive number and a negative number, and you get the same y values. The y values for negative x is the same as the y value for an x over the whole domain for everything that you can put in. Then the function is one, then it's an even function. That's the first blank. An even function is where f of negative x is the same as f of x. And if f of negative x is the negative of f of x, so changing the sign of the x changes the y value, that's when you have an odd function. And so that's what they wanted you to put in the second blank on 7. And 9. True or false? A function has a local maximum at c if there's an open interval I that contains C, so if you find someplace on a curve, call it C, and on an open interval that contains C, so you got some points on either side, if f of any point in that interval is less than or equal f, the y value of any place there is less than or equal to f at that place, then that would make that place a local maximum. So it's just saying that f of c is a high spot. That's number 9. Okay, I'm going to readjust the camera, so I'll do a second video for the next part.